Hey y'all, it is Kitchen Counter Oracle. Off on a little field trip to work. I don't know, there's just been like a lot of workplace stuff that's been brought up. And there's nothing wrong with healing, but part of healing isn't just holding others accountable. It's holding yourself accountable for the part you have to play in something. Like if somebody went on a smear campaign and you bought into all the lies and stuff like that, then you know what, and you acted accordingly, then guess what? You're no better than the person who went around doing the smear campaign. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. But I got to looking back because this energy has been all over floating around me for the last 48 to 72 hours, and it dawned on me, all these people have Capricorn placements. And I will tell you this, just because you have a Capricorn placement does not give you the right to decide karma for a person. It doesn't give you the right to take away something from someone because you think they don't deserve it. See, my thing is, you're either in the right or you're in the wrong. There really is no in between, and no, you don't get to play both sides. Because in addition to Capricorn, I've had Libra, Pisces, and Leo strong. Because I know for me, it's work, like people who gave me a ton of shit in the workplace before. Some are remorseful, and then some just really are not. They don't understand. A lot of times people won't really understand what it is. Like, they have a feeling it's karma related, but sometimes they've done so much to so many people, it's hard to pinpoint who, the what, the why, the when, and the where. Because I have on good authority, there's a handful of folks that are answering for things they did 10, 20 years ago. Like, they're answering for it now. Now, my thing is, when people deliberately go screwing around, trying to cause problems for people with a Capricorn placement, I mean, that's like anything ruled by, like if you deliberately try to mess with a person that has Saturn strongly in their chart, baby, you're going to get your shit rocked. But at the same time, there are the distorted ones that deliberately go screwing around with folks. They may not answer for it immediately, but eventually they do. Eventually. I mean, it may take them a few years to register, hey, maybe we shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, it's like when people move on from a traumatic event in their life, they move on. Like, leave them alone, let them be, and so on down that line. Like, quit trying to dig up the past, because there's somebody here that is so hell-bent on digging up the past that it's just, what the hell? Because they're a person's a decade ago, it's not their present day. So somebody here is like in a toxic loop. They're wanting a do-over. They're wanting this, they're wanting that. And the thing is, life is not a video game. There is no pause button. There's no refresh. Like, you just can't start over, because once the wheels are turning, they're turning, and they just don't stop. They're not going to stop. The best you can do is heal, hold yourself accountable in a situation, realize wherever it is that you screwed up, and admitting it. Now, my thing is, you cannot make people talk to you that do not want to talk. Because for me, like, when I let a person place their thing go, like, you're gone. You're gone. I done changed out the door. I done changed out the locks, the security codes, the whole 9 yards. Like, leave me alone truly does mean leave me alone. Like, if you're guilty of hacking phones and stuff like that, then you're just going to have to answer for that in spiritual court as well as the court of law down here, because whoever this is a severe control freak. And I'm going to tell you this here, right here and now. You either know what you're doing or you're not. Just because you were born to some type of privilege does not mean everybody and their mother is going to take you seriously, because there's some folks that I know, like, they're just so useless. They have no life skills. They're emotional based insecurities are like that of a housewife who all she knows is being a wife, all she knows is being a mother. Suddenly her husband files for a divorce. This woman has no working skills at all. She barely graduated from high school, no college, she has no skills to her name. That's like these privileged men and women that I'm picking up on. Like, the more money you come from, the easier your life more than likely has been in some capacity. You may not have had the nurturing parents, but you had financial stability. Your every need was taken care of. Somebody was always there to clean up your mess. Well, guess what? These people, they're now on their own and they're being forced to clean up their own mess. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Just because you have a Saturn, like a planet associated with the term karma, does not give you the right to bulldoze over people's lives. We have the physical laws as we do the spiritual laws, and somebody here has just dedicated themselves to breaking every law in the book. And that is a type of karma that I choose not to get involved with. Like, I'm not helping you. Sorry. This has to be one of my former colleagues, I swear. Because I'm not going to lie, I blocked everybody I could think of from a past employer because of the way something like I had a housewife who was back in the workforce for really the first time ever since she married her second husband. And I don't know what her deal was. Like, I know she was friends with the HR assistant and stuff like that. Like, I fully believe, like, I know for a fact the man who was over HR, he was a whole ass op. A whole op. And I think what burned his ass and grinded his gears is the fact that I did not, like, me and my colleagues, who was my sister, did not directly answer to him. We answered to the CEO directly. Because there were things in our department that we managed that HR just did not know how to do. So naturally, we're in direct contact with the people whose names are on the line if something goes south. And I mean, just, ugh. And one of the dark sides of earth signs is, if it's not about money, it's about power. are a lot of people with Capricorn placements that were given a position of power that had no business having it. And because of the colleague that was the first, like, in the workforce for the first time in 20, 25 years, she felt really small. Like she was a small, like she just really small in stature. She barely came up to my shoulder, but at the same time, it's like she was very open about her mental issues and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just, she wanted to know everybody's weakness because she herself felt super weak. Because at first she tried to get me fired, but then that didn't work. She then started trying to go after my sister, who was her boss, and damn near succeeded, but the way it was handled was 1,000% illegal. 1,000% illegal. Like, folks could have gone to jail. Illegal. It was a guaranteed win in court for my sister and I. Illegal. One of the employees involved in the persecution of my sister and I could have been sent right back to Venezuela. Like, complete green card revoked, put on a plane, and carted right back. I'm dead ass serious. And the funny thing is the woman who persecuted me, her husband was a cop for one of the cities in my area. But the funny thing is I tell people all the time, do not harass folks, for you know not what their connections are. Because the funny thing is her husband knows other beat cops who just happen to know some detectives and stuff like that. But that man's been retired for a while. He's been retired for a minute. But I'm going to tell you this here and now. The connections I have tremendously outrank the connections he has. You want to do a little hee-hee ha-ha, then we can hee-hee ha-ha. Because all it takes is one report. One report. But see, the thing is, I'm aware of the power I have. I'm aware of the connections I have and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's not to be abused. Because with great power comes an even greater responsibility. And that is something a lot of power-hungry folks don't understand. I will be really surprised if the man that was in HR is still working. Because, like, he's older. Like, he is at the retirement age. And he can if he wants to. But men like that will cling to power until they no longer can. I don't know. If I remember correctly, I heard through the grapevine he was moved out of HR and put back over compliance. But the funny thing is this company also has a PPP loan on file. When the company, like mortgages and stuff like that, saw record-breaking profits during the pandemic because everybody was trying to refi like a mofo. Like, I'm talking, I remember I checked out the rates one day, and it was like in the ones and the twos. Like, I mean, it varied by state and province and stuff like that, but I just checked around my area, and I dare I say I saw 1% at one point, and it's like, holy shit. to do it. If you wanted to refi and stuff like that, it was the time to do it. But at the same time, it doesn't change that a lot of these real estate attorneys and whatnot, and the brokers and everything, they saw record profits that year. And my thing about these PPP loans, I remember seeing all that, and it's just, I did not have a good feeling about it. Because my thing is, like, even if they say the loan is forgiven, the government is so desperate for cash, they can easily turn around and say you did something fraudulent, and they're going to look into everything about that company. My God. And the FBI, if I remember correctly, the FBI is the one investigating that. Like, they're assisting with that investigation. So if you have a PPP loan on file, prepare to have all your shit gone through with a fine-tooth comb here pretty soon. I mean, I'm not playing around. Because when I say they will look into everything, they will look into everything. They will look into all your employees, the whole 9 yards. If there's any hacking of devices, stalking current and former employees, I mean, there's no sense in trying to get rid of the evidence, because 9 times out of 10, they already got it. Already got it. They're going to look into current employees, past employees, the whole 9 yards. But hey, I know for a fact where I stand and stuff like that, so is what it is. I'm going to tell you this right here and now. The only holes I have dug on purpose are to plant some blackberries and hydrangeas. So if you're out here trying to dig a grave for a person, especially when they have not done anything wrong, it's only fair that the people trying to dig the grave fall in it themselves. And you know what? It's like, this is a metaphor, just to be clear. And with that, everybody have a good day.